Hello and welcome back. We are here today on Creatives on the Couch with Catherine Kerr. You look amazing today. I'm loving the blue.
I mean, how long have we been doing this show now? So many episodes, and you are the most spectacular dress that I think we've ever had.
For sure.
Don't know what to say.
The award for best dress goes to you. Look amazing. It's so
Thank
great
you
to
very
have
much.
you here.
You did say be sparkly.
I did say be sparkly, yes.
But I don't think you really meant as sparkly as this.
No, this is perfect.
Fabulous.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad I didn't wear mine.
Yes.
To be honest, we would have clashed. Oh, it's so amazing to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for asking me.
It's been a while since we've worked together, hasn't it?
Last September, the year before.
Yeah, Joe Longthorne tribute show, wasn't it? The memorial show for our dearest friend.
Yeah.
We'll talk a lot about Joe, throughout the episode because you and him were very, very close.
Yes.
But I think you are a singing superstar. Let's be right. We say Catherine Kerr and everyone's like, yeah, powerhouse. That is what you're known for the big songs, selling the theatres out. And you do an amazing show.
Thank you. I'm lucky. But I know I'm lucky.
Yes.
It's a job. But I don't have that ego thing about it. And it's just a job.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, been all over the world. I've never, without having this job, I would never have been anywhere like that. Never. And to think as a child, you think, go to a theatre and see things. And my father was a musician, so I was always in the theatre. He's a double bass player, and so I used to go and sing with his bands and that, and then he had a big band, and you learn and you learn and you learn, and you don't realise how much you pick up.
Yeah.
And also about all the stage people and everybody behind the scenes who you need, because they are every bit as important as the people in front.
Oh, we know that doing this TV show, we sit front and centre, but we cannot do what we do without our team around us. The managers, we've got our director, producer, our cameras, lighting. I know you guys at home can't see, but there's people all around the edge of this room here who are making sure that everything goes right. And that's the same within a theatre, isn't it, as well?
Yes.
That you become a team.
You have to, and in a theatre, as you know it yourselves, that everything has to run in time, and you have to, even when you're thinking about when you're singing, or you're singing as well, or directing or whatever, you have to be aware of not stepping over your time because you're encroaching somebody else's time.
Correct. Yeah.
And that doesn't work, does it?
Yeah.
I mean, people do that, and it's iffy, but they do it, but they shouldn't, don't they?
So, did you always know you could sing as a little girl? Obviously with your father and everything. Was it always something that was just there?
If I'm being honest, Reese, I thought everybody could sing as a child.
Oh wow, really?
Because I just thought,
gosh,
I sang, and my father was a singer as well. My mother could sing, and I just thought as a child everybody could sing.
Yeah.
And then I had a light bulb moment when I was about 10, and my cousin came with us one night, and she had to go up to sing, and then I realised everybody couldn't sing. But I always remember I said to her, she said, well, why can't I sing? And I said, I don't know, Georgina. I said, but you've got the looks. And she laughed, and now she said, I've got the looks. I said I was lying.
Yeah, yes.
No, she did. She looks like Lulu. She's lovely, but she can't sing a note.
No.
We're from the same family.
Yeah.
Weird.
Neither can I. Can't carry a tune in a bucket. Can you sing?
Oh, no way.
No,
not at all.
No.
Not
Really?
In panto, when I'm in character as the dame and the villain and things like that, absolutely no problem. But to do the full concerts like you do, absolutely, and like Joe and everybody, not a chance. I mean, when we did our show that I hosted for you, and I stood at the side of the stage and watched what you did, and the audience reaction, I literally almost fell backwards against the wall because the power in your voice.
I didn't know that. There's a lot of good singers on that night. A lot of good singers.
We had PJ Proby on, didn't we, as well? International superstar.
Yeah.
But when I welcomed you on, I had to stay at the side of the stage, and the whole band. We had a full orchestra, didn't we? The orchestra was incredible. And you started, and I looked at the teams, and I went, oh my God, because I've heard you on the telly. and I've heard you on your records, but then
I don't know what to say. I'm quite embarrassed by this.
No, don't be embarrassed.
But it's really nice, but thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. I just class myself as a working singer. God. That's what I class myself as.
I love how humble you are. Even when we spoke in the green room, you were just so humble.
Yeah, but I can't.
Yes, yeah, and that's what I love about the moment we met and we were in the dressing room.
Yeah, I just met him in the dressing room and it was hysterical because you had a lot on your case that night, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a big job to host.
And people were getting itchy because those big jobs they run over and they don't run on time and I was laughing and you were laughing and you had to calm people down.
We'd got Mitch Winehouse on the show, hadn't we? Amy's the amazing Amy Winehouse's father was on the show as well. And like I said, PJ Proby, one of the greatest superstars of the 60s and 70s. And there's little old me trying to pull it all together. And I just looked at you, didn't I? And I was like, help!
I just busted out laughing. I thought it was hysterical. It was like a comedy of errors, wasn't it? People were all, and could you change my spot to that spot, and could you do it? And
we had the Jersey Boys on, didn't we?
They were great.
There was so many big names, and everyone was coming at me, and I was like, "This is for Joe Longthorne. This is for Joe."
I know what I said to them always. I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "This is the ones that were a bit, what time is it?" And the rest of the people are okay. But I said, "But it isn't for us. It's to a tribute for Joe Longthorne. It's not our show. We're being asked to do it because we all knew him. Yeah. You had to know him.
Yep.
And you had to do one of the songs that he sang.
Yep.
That was the
thing. Yeah, you had to perform Joe's songs, and we performed it in the Joe Longthorne Theatre, which was spectacular, wasn't it? Well. And it was sold to capacity.
Yeah, it was.
And all the TV cameras were there, and it was the most beautiful tribute to one of the most talented men of all time, because he was.
Oh, he was. I mean, I have a great story about Joe, and Joe was immaculately dressed always, when he went on stage and whatever. And he started to travel in his van because he wasn't really that well all the time and he was travelling back and forward. Anyway, I think it was just St Helens we were in, somewhere quite near, and it was a terrible night, and I always remember this. And I saw this man coming through the door, but he came through backwards, closing it, and he had a high-vis jacket on and a hat. And I said, "Oh, that must be the stage door guy. I'll let him in." And I was holding the door. I says, "Come on in." I said, "I'll make you a cup of tea." I said, "It's freezing out there." And he turned round and he went, "It's me, it's Joe." I said to him, "I thought you were the car park attendant or the stage door man." He just busted out laughing, but I did. He went into his dressing room. Somebody got him a cup of tea. But an hour later we were on stage, and he walked on stage like he was a superstar.
Yeah.
And he just sort of went,
yeah.
And I went, "Oh."
Yeah.
He just looked immaculate, didn't he?
Yes.
But he did look like the car park attendant when he came in. he often
got a couple of quid.
Yeah, he often told that story because he thought it was funny, but I didn't see his face,
Yeah. I mean, yours and his relationship was very special.
It's a good relationship, and you didn't know him as long as everybody else knew him, but I liked him, and he liked me. He liked most of the people that he wouldn't work with him. Put it that way. That was his thing.
Yeah.
But that band that they had that night, there was a lot of people in that from that show, from Joe's show. They were his old MD was in it, Andy Mudd, and then there was guys that were on the front line, the trumpeters and everything.
Yes, yeah.
They were all from Scotland, and I knew them not from working with them with Joe, but from working them in other places. So when I got there, it was
family, wasn't it?
And I had these dots, my music, and I gave them out, and all of a sudden somebody went, "Oh my goodness!" And there was a man called Jim Cleland who was notorious in Scotland for being very, very funny to work with, but he didn't suffer fools, and he taught me a lot as well. And his name was on the music, and he just passed away, and he'd done the arrangement for me, and I didn't realise because I'd used it so long.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, they'd just been to his service."
Really?
How weird.
Wow, gosh.
So, like we were saying upstairs, 6 degrees of separation from everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah. They'll come in today and know other people as well.
Yeah, true.
It's strange in this business, who you know and who you meet and who you interact with, because we never met really until we did the Joe Longthorne show.
I knew of you, but I liked you right away because you were normal.
Yeah.
I don't have
you normal.
Normal.
As normal. Well, my kind of normal. I kind of. You had a beautiful jacket. You had more glitter than me on that night.
I was covered head to toe in Swarovski crystals.
Stones.
Yeah, in fact, like the shoes, wasn't it? The entire outfit was one mass of crystals.
Was it heavy?
Oh,
yeah.
Bling to the eyeballs.
Because I said, "Can I get your jacket?"
And you did.
No.
So, obviously, you've travelled all over the world and things like that. So, what are some of your memories of being abroad? Where's the most bizarre places you've performed in theatres? And
I've been. I can have bizarre places in Britain rather than abroad. There's plenty of them as well, and Scotland as well. When I travelled abroad working, I went to work on the cruise lines, and I went to be the lead in the show, the production show. I was a singer before that. The production show was different. I'd done panto and everything, but this was different because you could sing in languages, and I didn't speak those languages.
Right.
So I learned it phonetically. And the bizarre thing was that I learned it, one of them was, I do speak Spanish, but I didn't speak the word in French and Italian. And I thought, I could be singing, and it could be a comedy song. Or, the music doesn't always dictate,
Yeah.
And so I thought, what will I do? So I went down into the engine rooms to the sailors. Not supposed to go down there, but I found my way into the bowels of the boat. I did, and I said, could and they spoke some English anyway, and they said, and I took them through it, and I'd written it all out, and as they were telling me the pronunciation, I was slicing the words and things.
Right.
And so what I didn't realise was that every night, everything that was in the theatres, it was screened down to everybody's television all over the boat, you see. So they were there critiquing my...
They were watching you?
Yeah, and then they phoned, they got my cabin number and they phoned and they summoned me down and said, yes, it was very good, however, and they were telling me the right pronunciation. I just laughed my head off. I said, so tomorrow I'm coming down to fix your engines.
Yes, I'll sail the boat.
But they did do this thing for me. They used to come every Monday. They had their dinner downstairs. There was like officers as well as just the sailors, who all made the boat go, ran the boat, and their wives used to meet us in Genoa, and they used to bring on all the home produce. So we would go down, myself, one other girl who was
I'm just going to cut in right now. We're going to continue this one right after the break. We're going to jump to a quick commercial break now, and then we'll be back with Catherine, hearing more of her travels around the world. We'll be back with you in 2 minutes' time.
Welcome back after the break, and we are still here with Catherine Kerr.
Oh, it's still sparkling. You're looking like an Oscar.
I wish. So will I tell you the rest of my story?
Yeah, absolutely. So right.
So we go down into the bowels of the boat, and they have the homemade bread and the mussels and everything like that. And everybody's Italian except for me and another English girl who was going out with one of the officers, and we're talking away, and they were talking about me singing in Italian, and of course they start to speak to me in Italian, like, because I'm singing it, and they know that I don't. But bits of it I could, but what I got over was they said, your language is Scottish, do you have, and somebody said it's Gaelic, and I said, well, some people speak Gaelic in Scotland. I said, but not everybody. They said, give us a phrase in Gaelic, and I'm thinking, what do I know in Gaelic? So I said, okay, I said, Póca Mahone. And they said, Póca Mahona. I said, no, Póca Mahone. Right, okay, what does it mean? This was translating through everybody, and I said, it means, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you, and all that. Never thinking that the next time I was off the boat at another port, they shouted as they were coming off another gangway, Caterina, Póca Mahone. Now, it doesn't mean that at all.
Right.
And I wished I had never told them that. Yes. And when you find out what it means, you will think, and I just didn't think they would even remember it. And of course, everywhere I went, they would shout at every port, Caterina, Póca Mahone. Now, anybody that's Scottish that says this will know exactly what it is.
Well, we're going to be Googling that one.
Sure, yeah.
I can see my director right there now.
It was funny. Oh, you can't see it on screen, but you can see it at a party.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I thought, if the captain finds out what that means, it's not that bad, but then I'll be getting a note. But anyway, the captain didn't. I'm just hoping that he never thought that was a good greeting to a Scottish person.
Yes, to say to all of them.
Glasgow.
So you literally travelled all over the world.
All over the world. I think the strangest place I went to was Tahiti. I never thought I'd find myself in Tahiti.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, and because you think it's beautiful, but it's tiny, and you know, like most of the places, they're not as exotic as you think they're going to be.
Right, okay.
People are lovely, beautiful, friendly people, but they don't have like the big skyscrapers that we have and all that. They have the places, they're much nicer, although they have some fantastic hotels, and like it's the first time I'd ever seen an infinity pool with a difference, because when you looked over the pool, it was just like that, you know. I mean, you couldn't do that because you'd been dizzy. But loads of places, you name it, I've been there, but never ever thinking I would ever do that sort of travelling.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
And doing a job that you love, the singing.
And getting paid.
And getting paid for it as well.
The best thing ever.
And the friends that I met, all the dancers and, you know, all the acts that came on, they were great. And they've still got the same friends from all those years ago. I did lots of boats after that. But then when I was getting married and everything, I decided I couldn't be away for 9 months at a time, so I went on as cabaret, and still do, going for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Right, okay.
And that's good, but you only do like 4 shows, first and second sit for dinners, and then you do 2, and then you do the one the next week, or you do them all in the one and you jump to another boat.
Right, okay.
That's good as well. But the musicianship's great. Where would you be without a band?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
See, I can't even, you know, go near a boat without feeling travel sick. Seriously, I get seasick in the bath, and it's just horrific. It's something that's plagued my entire life.
That must be up here because it's so steady.
And even just the slightest motion will set me off.
Motion in the ocean.
Yeah, let's go hairspray. There you go. Off you go.
But I thought perhaps the first time I went on a boat I would feel like that. And that's a story as well. I was supposed to pick up my first ever boat. I was in Tenerife and I was supposed to pick it up in Gibraltar. And I said, they said, oh, you need to come on now because we're crossing to America. And I was like, oh, right, okay. And anyway, long story short, first of all, my bag got taken in one place and that was it. And then when I got to, it was Tenerife, Madrid, Casablanca. And I got to the port at Casablanca to see the boat going in the horizon, going, just like that, going. The tide had changed, and so I had to phone the people who lived in Monte Carlo. Yeah. I mean, I'm from Coatbridge, Lanarkshire, I mean, Monte Carlo, you know. And I said, well, what do I do? He said, well, I'll tell you what to do. He said, get to the airport, get on a flight. He said, go back to Madrid and then go from Madrid to Alicante. He said, and then get a taxi to Gibraltar. And I was like,
what?
Right, okay. Yeah. And join the boat there tomorrow. So
wow.
Said, okay. So I did all that and I got to where I was going. I got to Alicante, no cases. Nothing. Yeah. Because it travels so much, so many places, no cases, nothing. I'll never forget it, it was roasting that day. I had a pair of red shorts on, a red denim jacket and trainers. No. That was all I had. And my music on and a rucksack in my back. Nothing, not even a lipstick, nothing.
Wow.
So I do all this and I get there and they tell me to go to the Rock Hotel in Gibraltar, beautiful, go there, catch the boat the next day. And somebody who became a great friend of mine, a girl who was a beautician on it, she was the only other Scottish person on the boat. There was 2,000 staff. And she said she saw somebody walking up the gangplank sort of thing, and somebody said, oh, that's the new singer. And she said, I looked at you and she said, and you were like,
you'd been all over the world with no lipstick.
Nothing. And we went to the crew bar that night and I was like, no clothes. I had no clothes, nothing. All the dancers gave me bits of stuff. To the next place we were going to, believe it or not, the next stop, the next day, Tenerife, where I had left from in the first place.
Oh wow, oh my gosh.
And then we went through to Madeira in America, but I never ever got my clothes, I never got anything. And that night I went to the crew bar with everybody, they were all meeting me and whatever, and I could see everybody. I still had the shorts and the trainers and they were all glamorous, and I was like,
no.
Wow.
Oh, God, I want to go home. I want to go home. And I saw somebody pointing down, and because I had these sort of, everything was red, but I had like these pink socks on. They were really nice. They were Elise socks anyway. And they were saying, is that the new singer? And I was looking at them going,
don't even speak to me.
Please leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I never ever got my stuff.
Didn't you?
Never got it.
So it's out there somewhere.
Somebody's wearing my gear at this moment.
Well,
but I bet they're glad they haven't got the red shorts and the trainers.
Yes, I'm sure.
The pink socks.
That was it. And so the only place I could get clothes was when we got to Miami, which I'd never been.
Right.
And I remember sailing to Miami. We were rehearsing upstairs in the disco because we were disembarking down a massive boat, 4,000 people or more on it. And I remember going in and sailing in and thinking, I can't believe that I'm on this boat,
that I'm
doing this job, and I'm going into Miami. And then I went, and I can't believe I've got no clothes or a lipstick. It was terrible. So I had to go in, and I got all the insurance, but it took a while, so I had to go to Miami and phone my mother and say, put some money in because everything's going. And got rigged out in Miami.
Go into show business, they say, it'll be fun.
Glamorous, and I had lovely stuff as well. Nothing.
Oh no.
Wow. It is brilliant though, but what a memory. Now you're on a chat show talking about it.
I forgot about it.
It's still there, isn't it?
I forgot about it, but I'll never forget the pink socks. I never wore pink socks again.
I bet you didn't. Traumatised.
I don't think they went with the red anyway, but
that'd be alright.
I was out there.
Didn't you fall off a beanstalk or something in Panto?
Well, the beanstalk fell down and I was on it.
Oh.
It was... and the kids
Them
are in the audience.
dastardly giants
and
cutting it down.
Yeah, and I'm like, yes, I'll get in. I'll climb that beanstalk next minute. And the set had like imitation trees, and I remember getting up and going, they don't make beanstalks like they used to do, do they? And it got off the thing. It was terrible. But I wasn't hurt, but I could have been. But another time I had a black and white spaniel, a snuggle called Sugar. And this was in Scotland, and I couldn't get anybody to watch her that day, so I asked the director, would they mind if I could put it in my dressing room and she'd be okay there?
Okay.
No problem, Catherine. Black and white. The last scene was black and white, Prince Charming. And I look up, and the guy was playing the butler, and he had his hair greased down, and his trousers were too short, and the black and white dinners, and he walked on. And he had my dog, which was black and white, everybody coming on with a plastic chicken in its mouth. Walking on like that. And all the kids were going, yeah. And I was thinking, oh my God. She saw me and pulled. He just stopped himself from falling over. She jumped off the plinth, down onto the stage. Carnage, all the dancers were laughing. The audience, the children were loving it. Great. And she's over at me, and then she sees the audience. She jumps into the pit where the orchestra were and up the theatre. This is a true story. And everybody, the kids thought it was great. Of course, everybody was corpsing.
Yeah.
And then you see the stage manager running out, getting the dog.
Oh my.
And back in. And I thought I was going to get in big trouble from the director, But they said, that was brilliant. You do it again tomorrow.
Oh no!
No, thank you.
Wow, I can just see this your dog running through the audience.
But jumping off the plinth was the thing, because she just saw me and just jumped like that.
Oh my gosh!
I would have liked it better if she'd have taken the waiter with her, right enough.
Yeah, that would have been brilliant.
That would have been great.
But I love Panto. Panto's great. It's great fun.
Yes.
You go in and you maybe not feel that day like life gets you down. You still have to smile.
Yeah.
And then you go into a Panto, and people make mistakes, and you make mistakes, and it's covered up.
You've got to. It's brilliant.
But you have to make mistakes in Panto.
People. Oh, I love playing tricks on people. I'm a nightmare. Seriously. I play some tricks on people.
I'd love to work with you in Panto. You'd know all about it.
Yeah. Really?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like a challenge.
Challenge.
Come on then.
Challenge.
Bring it on.
That would be hysterical.
Oh dear. The times that, I've spoken about it on different episodes, but times people have said you'll never get me, and I'm like, we'll see.
That's the worst thing to do, because they'll always get you.
Yeah.
They'll always
But
do
you'll
it.
never get me. I'm like, we'll look at that one.
There was another thing in a Panto once, and this is quite funny. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Is only coming back to me now.
But I love that.
But the dancers were in the cow. They were selling the cow. And Jack and the Beanstalk, again, the same thing. And the laird was coming over, and he was saying, yes, I will buy this cow, and how much do you want for it? And then I was saying, it's 5 shillings, and 5, and on and on and on. And it was going on, and he was just supposed to say, there's the 5 shillings, and I say, thanks very much, and we go off, But he'd actually had quite a few to drink that day. 'Cause I was drunk. And he just was going on, and the dancers were behind me in the cow saying, for heaven's sake, just tell him to buy the cow. And I was saying, come on, it's about time you were off, I need to buy the cow. And then in the end I had to say, do you want to buy this cow or not?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Do you just want to buy it?
I want to buy the cow or not.
You're going to have to come back on. There's still so much we need to talk to you about. Absolutely. I could talk to you for ages. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show. It's just a pleasure. And you look stunning, and I cannot wait to work with you again because we had so much fun.
That'd be great.
Well, that's all we've got time for today on Creatives on the Couch. I hope you have an amazing week, my darling. Whatever you're up to, you have a safe journey home. And for all of you watching at home, thank you so much. We will see you again next time for more Creatives on the Couch. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.